Well, my name is Falco Zanini, and thank you that I may attend here, that I may speak here. I'm a quick speaker. I have 15 minutes, 15 slides. Let's see how that works. Well, the VPLT, browse through that. It's the German Entertainment Technology Association. We have around 1,000 members in Germany, and most of that is we have personal members, we have the big companies, we have medium-sized companies, so we represent the technical side of the event industry in Germany. And also we have our own event academy, the Deutsche Event Academy, and we found that, and we are doing vocational training there for all kinds of qualifications from apprenticeships up to the Master of Event Technology, and we are doing several training courses like mandatory rigging courses in Germany and so on and so on. Well, what I'm going to speak to today. In the past years, we did something in Europe. We found that a lot of things are similar in Europe, especially when it comes to working backstage. I mean, we have different countries, we have different languages, yes, but in the end, everything's pretty much the same backstage. The tasks and the challenges are similar. Doesn't matter if it's France, Britain, Switzerland, Spain, it doesn't matter. It's always the same when working backstage. The hazards in the workplace and the work environment, it's always the same, no matter where. And the countermeasures, it's always the same. So some people out of our industry thought, well, since all that is always the same, why not work together and do something about this and create something we can use in the whole of Europe? Doesn't matter where you come from. So the idea was to create a unified safety passport for the industry, which is called ETTE, European Theatre Technicians Education. That was done and founded by several organizations from Germany, like the DTHG and us, the VPLT, then the VPT from the Netherlands, and some Swiss people, and all that was funded by the European Union. What did we do? Or what did they do? They sat together and talked about what the different problems and topics were, and well, they found out that that can be done a lot, and they were really doing a lot. They developed, for example, a whole program of teaching everything around a safety passport for the industry. Some might say, okay, safety passport, but what about all the skills you really need? I mean, health and safety, it's just a part of it. Well, those guys and ladies found out that through teaching health and safety aspects, you can teach all the rest. It's easily done. So they developed a lot of educational material, and they developed a whole program around that. And the best of it is, it's free of charge. It's open source material, which is to be developed. There are some versions around already, others will be developed. So you have an educational handbook for the students, and also you have a handbook for the teachers, and you have special guidance for the whole test environment, for the exam environment. And it's all available at that address, stagetech.edu. You can download it all by yourself. It's completely free of charge, as I mentioned earlier, which I find is a really interesting thing. The basic principles of this is that the main legislation on health and safety in the EU is based on a framework directive. So basically, it doesn't matter where you go, the basic is all the same. Sure. As you may have heard, Germany likes to overdo some stuff. We have, the EU has this, Germany has this. Well, we like to be more in the detail. Other countries like Britain is enforcing like this, and Germany, yeah, I must admit, is sometimes like this. Well, so it all works out fine. But in the end, yes, you can have national content to the health and safety framework and the regulations, but still, it's all the same. And the health and safety approach is, in our view, the best way to help for a better understanding of everything and even the specific skills you need in our industry. So, after a student made the test, he can then have this EU-wide safety passport from ETTE. The whole program is based on 10 principles which were found out. These are the 10 basic health and safety competences. I think that should be worldwide almost the same, which is work with respect for own safety, contribute to a safe and sustainable working environment, work ergonomically, use PPE, work safely at heights, work safely with mobile electrical systems under supervision. I mean, electricity hurts, that's worldwide the same. Work safely with tools, work safely with chemicals if you have to, and fit up and rig performance equipment. That's 10 basic health and safety competences, and these 10 principles are taught through this safety passport in all our subsectors: lighting, staging, machinery, electricity, rigging, scenography, and everything. So, I'll give you a little bit of insight into the handbook, which is already there. Looks like this, and basically the student's handbook has more than 600 pages. That sounds a bit much, but in the end, I mean, I've been through that and I've found it really interesting. It gives you a really good advice. It gives thorough advice on all the topics, on hazards, on methods and materials, and it enables and empowers you to self-study. It's giving you a deep understanding of all those topics. It has further reading material. It asks you self-assessment questions. You have rehearsal questions in each chapter and subchapter, and it gives you all the technical information and sources to go even on. So it looks like this. It gives you good textbook things. It gives you, I mean, that is electricity, or it's even basic stuff like how to handle all the machinery and things and what there is. So you see, health and safety helps you learning our own business, our own trade, our own technical skills. And then there's a teacher's handbook. It only has 130 pages, and that's separate. And teachers should know more, so it's only 130 pages. So that's separated in guidance for teaching, how to teach people, gives some background information and material for that, and then the second part is the guidance for the test assessment, for the setup. There's a fixed setup every student has to go through on one day. Oops. Hello? Machine doesn't work. Oh, here we go. So another challenge, no problem, I know material well. Well, the thing is that this handbook, the whole program really guides you through and helps you. And the best is it's open to everybody. It's open for institutions. It's open for companies who are doing training. It's open for, where's the second? It's open for everybody who want to teach this. You can, if you can't do the next slide, well, do it later. So the thing is, this program helps everybody who wants to teach people in this business. It helps providers of technical courses. You can have it as a standalone course, teach all of that in one hit, or you can, as a company, for example, you can implement that in your own training program, especially if you want to train, to teach people who are interested in our business. You can implement all this material in your own training, and then you can help your people, your students, your apprentices to get all this information and then in the end pass the test. And of course it says European Union, but I mean it's in English, it's in Dutch, it will be developed in other languages. So for instance, if somebody here, if some institution here, if like Sarah, for example, likes to introduce this and these topics into the training program, then you only have to find an assessor doing the test. And then you have the EU-wide safety passport for our industry, which I find is a very good, very interesting idea.